I've got some blank spaces here. It would be helpful if you could fill me in.
Come on. It's just the two of us here. We both know you were fake and talking like Mrs. Lila, just like you were downstairs.
Whatever just happened in this room was real. I wasn't faking this time.
I'm Bob Guinea. Hey, their games might be over, but ours are still...
So hold your fire, big guy. Just take it easy.
Have you been alone the whole time?
Let go of me. Ow!
Have you seen the killer?
Lila, where is Emily? Can you see her?
Not alone.
What do you mean not alone? Is she with the killers?
It was so odd. I completely lost track of time. What are you staring at?
You don't remember?
Remember what?
Alice will fill you in. You both stay here. I'm going to try to find Emily. Don't leave the room.
Boy, that was really good. You almost had me going there for a second.
What? Look, I've got some blank spaces here. It would be helpful if you could fill me in.
Come on. It's just the two of us here. We both know you were fake and talking like Mrs. Lila, just like you were downstairs.
Whatever just happened in this room was real. I wasn't faking this time.
You really expect me to believe that Mrs. Lila was using you to warn Edward that Emily is in danger?
I know it sounds bizarre, but somehow that's exactly what she was doing. Wait.
Mary, you have to stop this. You don't know what you're doing. You're wrong. Emily, I'm saving Connor from you.
How did you get down to the boathouse?
Let's see. I walked.
Save the sarcasm. No one's in the mood. Someone must have helped you. Who was it?
That can wait. I asked you a question. Have you seen the killer?
Nobody here but us chickens. No, okay? No. I've been here alone.
All the boats are accounted for. Nobody left you at the lake, which means the killer's in the house where Emily is now.
Pick a lift.
No. You just survived one attack from the maniac. Two of your friends were not so lucky. Clearly, going off on your own is a good way to get killed. I won't allow it.
And I'm not going to stand around here and let my daughter become bait for a killer.
You stay right there. Nicholas may have jumped to a conclusion. He's obviously concerned about Emily, as we all are. But listen, Tracy made an excellent point. There is safety in numbers. If we start chasing shadows, we may be playing right into the killer's hands.
I'd have to agree.
Look who decided to join us. Unless you're here to meet Faith.
It's possible that Lila chose to speak through me.
Oh, yeah. Just like it's possible that you're trying to snow me, just like you are Edward.
How would I know that Emily was in danger?
Well, let's see. A killer is loose on the property. Safe bet.
All I can tell you is I wasn't pretending.
You better mean that.
Is that some sort of veiled threat, Alice? You must be forgetting something. I'll be happy to remind you. I tricked Edward once, with your help, which is a fact that I'm sure he would be none too happy about. But he'll never find out about that as long as my secrets are safe. So all I'm saying is...
The only reason I helped you was because I knew how much Mrs. Lila loved her husband. And I know that she would have wanted him to inherit her money. But let me get this straight. I have no intention of helping you swindle that vulnerable, grieving widower. And if I lose my job along the line, well, who cares? Because there's always another one down the road.
Well, no reason for us to take an adversarial tone with one another. We both want the same thing. What's best for Edward?
Grandfather's hearing things.
Wait, like voices in his head?
No, not like that. I mean, not that he mentioned. I think it's more like noises. He thinks it's grandmother.
Well, look, I know how to find out. So does seance.
Please, don't be afraid. Make your presence be known if you're with us.
Who's doing that?
Spirit is something bad going to happen. E-D-I-E.
I got it. One of us is gonna die tonight. We have to get in contact with the spirit.
In case you missed it, Sage was the spirit.
No, look, the only thing she told the truth about was not manipulating the board, okay? That really happened.
Trent, you did all the scary stuff, remember?
No, not everything. I swear, okay? Not that.
Oh my God!
Trent, I didn't run around the house dressed in all black, acting all creepy, okay?
Okay, you guys get that she's lying, right?
It wasn't me. Ford was right. You got mentally ill with you.
No, I'm just sick to death of you. Now get in there.
Not a chance.
No, Sage. Right now. You cannot hate me this much. No, really, I can't.
What'd you do to her, Georgie?
I didn't mean it, Mom. I didn't mean it. Sage is dead. Because of me, it is all my fault, Mom. I killed her.
No, don't you say that.
Do you think the others have found the killer yet?
Georgie, doesn't matter.
How can you say that?
Georgie, even if he got away, it's not gonna be for long. The storm's gonna pass. Your dad's gonna get here with his forensics team. Georgie, they're gonna find fingerprints, DNA evidence. Who knows what else? They're gonna find the killer, they're gonna identify him and nail him. Okay?
I just don't understand it.
I know.
I mean, why Sage and why Trent? Because if it was just because they were alone, then their deaths are completely my fault.
No, Georgie, look,
You have no blame in this, all right? I mean, God, you didn't even want to participate in the stupid seance anyway. And how are you supposed to know that some crazy freak was walking around knifing people, huh? Look, if anybody's to blame for this, it's me.
Open up, it's Nicholas!
You don't have to worry. Right, Nicholas is fine. He's not in any danger. Stop calling him that. His name is Connor. And he is in danger from you. I know that you loved your husband, Mary, but Connor is dead.
stop lying. You're not fooling anybody. Connor knows the truth. I know the truth. You stole him. You tricked him. You held him prisoner in this house. And you filled his brain with lies. I'm gonna have to save him from you once and for all. And for that to happen, he's gonna have to die. If all you want is Nicholas, Connor.
you kill Sage and Trent? What did a couple of teenagers ever do to you? It wasn't personal. Guy shouldn't have been there. And he shouldn't have been helping you keep Connor locked up either. But the girl, I thought she was you. I was pretty sure you were dead. Turns out she was someone helping you keep Connor away from me. That's not gonna happen again.
Hey, Nicholas is mine, and he belongs with me. Game over, you crazy bitch!
Do it, kill me. As long as you know Connor will hate you for it.
Couldn't help but notice how calm you've been through all of this.
I'm not an excitable guy. Something wrong with that?
Just making an observation. It's been a pretty scary night. You seem to be the only person that's not afraid to come and go at will.
That's a good point. Here's another one. Justice showed up saying he needed to find a file. I don't see a file.
Why would I bring a file to... Shouldn't we be concentrating on the fact that there's a killer out and he's picking us off one by one? What if Nicholas is right? What if he's still in the house? Obviously, I'm not a big believer in the supernatural, but the board was right about somebody dying. Maybe it can tell us something else.
It's worth a try.
Safe in the boathouse. I need to get to Emily.
Well, I'm gonna come with you.
No one leaves this room. Lock all the doors, and whatever you do, stay together. The killer's still in the house.
What if something horrible happened to Emily?
You and Brooklyn are gonna find out. Ask the board who the killer is, where we can find him, and I'm gonna stand guard.
She's not anywhere on this floor. I'm going to check her room.
Not alone. Alice and I are coming with you.
I'm not going to put you two in danger. The killer could be anywhere in this house.
Where is she? Have you seen her? She's not down here?
No.
Emily! Emily! Please, God, no. No! Can you hear me? Oh, thank you. Can you hear me?
Oh, God. She got away.
What do you mean, she? What do you mean?
I tried, but I couldn't stop her.
The killer's a woman? What?
Nicholas. It's Mary.
Can you tell us the name of the killer?
W. I. D. O. W.
Widow? That doesn't make any sense. Edward's a recent widower. Okay, your grandfather's a little eccentric, but I don't think he would kill anyone.
Hey! Hey. You okay? You all right?
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm just a little freaked.
All right.
What are you thinking? After everything that happened, why are you running around by yourself?
I wanted to see Georgie. You guys know anything? Yeah, Nicholas is convinced the killer's still in the house.
We're asking the channeling board for the killer's identity.
Georgie, you're scared to death of the thing. Why are you voluntarily using it again?
Don't you think it's the least thing I can do? I mean, I was the one who locked Sage in the freezer to be murdered.
Look, I've tried to tell her not to blame herself.
Sage's uncle is not going to buy that. Once he finds out what happened, I mean, who knows what he's going to do for revenge. The only chance I have is to be able to tell him who killed Sage and why they wanted her dead.
As soon as the police get here, you'll be transported to the PCPD.
If I make it that far. suppose you'd want to give me some sort of implement to use as a weapon to defend myself in case the crazed murderer returns to the scene of the crime.
The only person likely to come looking for you is Justice.
Were you not paying attention? He just turned his back on me.
Justice is a brilliant attorney, and he's very convincing. But that doesn't mean that we believe him.
Setting a trap.
If Justice comes looking for you, we'll know he's been your accomplice.
She came out of nowhere. You know, one minute I was checking the room for some clue to the killer's identity, and then the next she was on me, and we struggled, and I managed to grab hold of her mask, and I ripped it off, and there was Mary. She had this look in her eyes, Nicholas. She wanted me dead.
She tried to warn me she was insane. I'm so sorry. I should have listened to her.
No, listen, I may have thrown up a few red flags, but I had no idea that she was that far gone, and never for one moment did I think that she was violent or capable of cold-blooded murder.
Okay. She wanted you out of the way. She thought she'd be removing her last obstacle to me. But why Sage and Trent? Why'd she kill them? Those kids were no threat to her.
Mary thought I was Sage. I mean, she didn't even care that she'd killed two innocent teenagers. I mean, she had convinced herself that everyone in the house was conspiring with me to keep Connor away from her.
Connor?
Nicholas, Mary still believes that you're her husband. She thinks that I'm holding you prisoner, and she will stop at nothing to free you.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
It's not your fault.
No, I wanted to trust her. I agreed to let her help us.
Well, there's no way that you could have known.
I can't believe it. I mean, you say it was her, so I know it's true, but she seemed to be gentle, loving, even terribly misguided, but it seemed to be a product of her grief. I don't see how she could kill anyone.
She's mentally ill.
I think it's more than that. Something turned her violent like this.
Maybe it's despair. You know, maybe she realized that she'd truly lost you, and her mind just snapped. I don't know.
I don't like thinking that I could drive someone to madness.
It's not you.
I thought she was my wife. I said all the things that I was supposed to. I told her that I loved her. I told her that I wouldn't leave her.
Because she lied about who you were.
I know. I'm just trying to see this from her point of view. You know, she was lonely. She was grieving. And you know what? I know what that feels like. Because when we were afraid that you weren't going to survive the cancer, I didn't want to think about the rest of my life without you.
All right. So Mary's grieving, and suddenly you show up at her door, and now there's hope. It's a new chance at love, and all she has to do is lie.
But after a while, I don't think it was lie anymore. I think she convinced herself that what she and I had was real, and I didn't help matters any by asking her to remarry me. The only reality that Mary can live with right now is the one that she created, where she and I belong to each other. When I turned away from Mary, she tried to win me back. She thought she still had a chance because of how angry I was at you.
And when we reconciled, then she lost any realistic hope of being with you.
So she created an alternate reality. One where I was still her husband. A reality where you were holding me prisoner and she had to save me. If I believed that you were being held prisoner somewhere by someone, I would do whatever is necessary to free you. And that includes wanting whatever person or persons were responsible dead.
So Mary's not giving up.
I wouldn't. And neither would you. Mary couldn't save her dead husband, Connor, so now she's trying to save me.
By killing me. So what do we do next?
Go downstairs, I guess, tell everyone what happened.
I wonder if Mary's still in the house.
Well, she knows that she's been discovered. And she might be too far gone now, you know, to understand the risk. So maybe she's just going to stay close and keep trying to get after you.
I should have never left you alone like that in here. And after I knew Dylan, what happened to him and you...
It's okay.
No, it's not. She almost killed you. She almost killed you. And I know that... And I'm just trying to see this from her perspective and be logical, but all I can see is you lying on this floor. She almost killed you, Emily, and that can't happen again. Okay, I don't give a damn how sick she is. She needs to be stopped. I'll kill her before I let her hurt you again.
We'll keep Faith in the freezer until she can be transported to the PCPD.
If the cops ever arrive to do it.
The storm is dying down. I'm going to call in and get an ETA.
Meanwhile, everybody has to try to stay calm.
Well, that shouldn't be too difficult. It won't be the first time a homicidal maniac has wandered around these grounds.
Well, at least this time it's not one of us.
And is that supposed to be funny?
Sweetheart, thank God.
Emily, are you all right?
She's fine.
She's pleased. Lila was right on the money. The killer went after Emily.
Is that what happened?
Yes, but I'm all right. The cut isn't very deep.
Did you see the killer?
Yeah, it's Mary Bishop.
Mary Bishop? That little mousy thing that you invited to dinner?
Are you positive?
Yeah, I not only ripped off her mask, I had to fight for my life against her. So yeah, I'm positive, all right. And she admitted to killing Sage and Trent.
Any idea why this Mary Bishop would all of a sudden go on a killing spree?
It's a long story, okay?
Yeah, where do you want us to start?
If you're up to it, I'd like you to walk through the scene of the attack. Maybe Mary left behind some evidence. You can bring me up to speed there. Come on.
Excuse me, did I miss the part where the commissioner deputized his ex-wife?
Felicia is a licensed private investigator, a trained observer. I trust her judgment.
Yes, and Mother trusted Felicia's judgment, too.
Look, I may not be eligible to inherit, but neither are you, and Daddy won't be either because he can't keep his hands off Heather Weber.
You're still clinging to the belief that Lila did not approve of my friendship with Heather.
Oh, I think it goes a lot deeper than that.
And she approved of that. That's why she made Heather a vessel.
When I learned the truth about who I was, Mary tried to kill herself. It should have been my first clue that she was unstable, but I guess I missed it.
And so you thought differently, Emily?
Yes, something about Mary was just off to me. Yeah, I didn't trust her after all the lies she'd told, and her sense of entitlement when it came to Nicholas just didn't seem normal. But you have to understand, see, normal when it comes to Mary is very subjective.
I assume that when I chose to go back to Emily, that it's as if there was ever a choice. I mean, she's the only woman I've ever loved, and if I didn't have the head injury, we'd probably be... Anyway, I can only assume that that's when she lost touch with reality.
Mary figured if you were dead, Nicholas would take her back.
Not exactly. It was Connor that she wanted.
Mary still thinks that I'm her dead husband.
So from Mary's point of view, she was acting out of love?
Her version of it, I guess. Mary thinks that by killing me, she rescues Connor.
Was Mary injured in the struggle?
I don't know. You know, I hit her, I knocked her down hard, but I don't think that there was any serious damage.
Well, then she's still a threat.
Because I always wanted Sage to have a friend. Now that she's gone, he's going to remember every single thing I did to her.
Because of me. Dylan, I am the one that locked his precious niece in the freezer so she could be killed.
You're right. We're dead. We're dead.
You guys need to calm down. Oh, yeah, easy for you to say. Alcazar has no reason to come after you. Look, no matter how much Sage bugged you or how guilty you feel for rejecting her, neither one of you killed her. Some wacko with a garden claw did. The police are going to tell Alcazar that. Case closed.
Maybe that's a bad idea. Alcazar hearing from the cops. Maybe my mom should be the one to break it to him.
Brooklyn, you've said a million times you don't want your mom anywhere near Alcazar.
I know, but look, this is an emergency, all right? And he likes my mom. And she happens to be really good in a crisis, and I'm sure that if anyone...
Mary is unbalanced and should be considered extremely dangerous. But she is just one woman. Now, because of the storm, she was able to use the power outage to her advantage and attack isolated people in the house without them knowing. That's over now.
Mary's still a threat, but she can be managed.
Do you have any idea where she might be now?
She's probably trying to escape. I'll issue an APB.
She's outside. She's outside right now.
She could be in the house.
Calm down, one at a time. What did you see?
Mary Bishop is outside on the terrace holding a knife.
She was staring at us through the door, but just staring, but then she smiled. She didn't look sorry, she didn't look scared, she just looked nuts. That means she's still after me.
Not for long. I end this tonight.
What does that mean?
I'm gonna kill Mary Bishop myself.
Nicholas is angry. He's not going to kill anyone.
Concern for Emily doesn't mean you can be a vigilante. The police will find and arrest Mary. That's good. The power is back on. That'll work in our favor. Alan, Alice, Monica, go to the utility closet, the security room, whatever. Turn on all the lights on the grounds. But stick together. That goes for everyone here. All right? No one goes anywhere alone. I'm fairly certain Mary will go to the boathouse and try to escape via the lake. Backup will be here soon. This is almost over. But to ensure your safety, you need to stick together.
Mac, we can't just sit around, wait for the police, and give Mary a chance to kill someone else or get away. You and I have to get down to the boathouse. If she's there, we take her. And come on, you know I'm right. If there's an opportunity to get Mary, now's the time.
All right, but you follow my instructions. No taking the situation in your own hands.
Absolutely not. If you go after Mary, I'm going with you.
Come on, let's go. Let's go. We don't have much time.
No, we don't have any time at all. This is a trap. If Max Scorpio sees that you let me out.
Call for it.
Mary? Mary, it's over. You can't run anymore.
Connor? Hi. I'm glad you're here. I've come to rescue you. So we can have our life together, the one we always wanted.
The McDonald's big...
Put the knife down, Mary.
I can't. Not until you're free.
Mary, you need help. I'm not your dead husband.
You are. But Connor's not dead. He's alive. He's you. Emily stole you. She lied to you. Emily should be dead. And I'm gonna be the one to kill her. I swear to God, I'm gonna kill her. I'm gonna kill her for you.
I'm warning you, Mary. Not another step.
Don't you shoot her before she gets away. What are you doing?
It's all right, Nicholas. Don't worry, she's not going anywhere.
Don't give up, Connor. I'll have our life back as soon as Emily's dead, I promise.
Stay tuned for scenes from the next General Hospital.
To be here, and the fact that you are is a travesty.
Sorry, just calm down.
No, I won't calm down. This is out long, and I'm not going to sit by quietly while law enforcement steamrolls all over you. So I demand that you release Nicholas immediately.
I'm sure that works with the Quartermaine staff, Emily, but it's not going to get you very far here. I need to know the details concerning Mary Bishop.
You want details? I'll give you the only one that matters. Mary Bishop murdered 2 people. How dare you arrest Nicholas for defending himself against her?
Okay, so remember...
Why would you call my attorney for me?
Look, I have no desire to violate your legal rights, Nicholas. Contrary to popular belief, that is not what I'm about. But I do need to get to the bottom of Mary Bishop's shooting. Now, I've gotten Mac's statement. I would like to get your version of the events, and I am prepared to wait for Alexis for you to do that. There she is.
Are you all right?
I'm fine.
He's not fine, Alexis. He's being railroaded for a crime he didn't commit. What's the matter, Rick? You getting bored hauling Sonny and Jason in every 5 minutes, and now you've moved on to Nicholas?
Emily is understandably upset.
Don't patronize me.
From what I understand, this is a clear-cut case of self-defense. Mary Bishop snapped she killed already 2 people, and she was a threat to both of them.
Well, then perhaps you want to explain to me why Nicholas grabbed Mac's gun and fired upon her as she was walking away.
I had no problem telling Lansing what happened.
Are you sure? You don't have to.
I know my rights. I've certainly had them read to me enough lately.
Any objections to being recorded?
No objection.
This is a statement provided by Nicholas Cassadine concerning the events that led up to Mary Bishop's shooting. Present on Mr. Cassadine's counsel, Alexis Davis, as well as Emily Quartermaine, who witnessed the events. Conducting the interview is District Attorney Lansing. The date is August 31st, 2004. Anytime you're ready.
I assume that you know my grandmother had me committed to Shady Brook.
Yes, I'm aware that you were there. I'm also aware that you'd escaped. Not sure how Emily fits into all of that, though.
I was there to help Nicholas.
After we broke out, we went to the Quartermaine estate and then eventually made our way up to Emily's bedroom where Sage Alcazar walked in on us.
Where's Emily's bedroom located?
2nd floor.
What was Sage Alcazar doing wandering around the 2nd floor of the Quartermaine mansion?
We didn't ask. No one wanted to be seen, so we agreed to pretend that it never happened.
Nicholas and I went to the kitchen, and we grabbed some food and wine, and we came back to my room. And that's when Faith kind of stumbled in.
Now, the thing is, I can't have anyone know that I'm here, especially your big brother, Jason. So I'm afraid to say that I will be the only one leaving this room alive.
Emily distracted Faith just enough to where I could grab her. We struggled, then Faith's gun went off. Faith took off, and we chased her down in the basement. Lost her. I decided to take a look in the freezer, and it was obvious that someone, assuming Faith, had been hiding inside.
So I went to warn my family that Faith was in the house.
I stayed behind because I didn't want her family to know that I was there.
We assumed that it was Faith who had knocked Nicholas out.
I went back to the boathouse and
then I found him there. And that's when we found the butcher knife, which was embedded in the boathouse deck, right?
Right. I heard a noise outside, so we went out to investigate it, and there was the knife. It started to feel weird, like everything was getting out of control. I didn't want Emily in danger, so I decided to turn myself in. We went back to the house, and that's when we heard that Sage Alcazar had been killed.
And we assumed that the Faith must have done it.
Until here comes Faith with stab wounds on her back. And that's when I realized that someone else was in the house. And I thought that it might be my grandmother, Helena Cassadine. So Emily and I went to look for her.
And that's when Dylan kind of ran in, and he said that my mother and father had the killer trapped in the boathouse.
All right, I convinced Emily to stay inside the house, and I went with Dylan.
And a few minutes later, someone wearing a mask attacked me with a knife. I literally fought for my life. And at one point, I was able to grab hold of the mask, and I pulled it off. It was Mary. At least it looked like her.
What do you mean?
Mary was gone. This thing in front of me was almost feral, insisting that Nicholas was Connor, and she admitted to killing Sage, thinking that it was me.
Okay, what about Trent?
She's probably in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Okay, how did you get away from Mary?
She kept coming at me. And at one point, I was able to knock her off balance, and I grabbed hold of the knife. But even that didn't stop her.
Once I saw that it was Faith in the boathouse, I realized that Emily was alone. But by the time I got up to her room, Mary was already gone.
Mac figured that she'd go to the boathouse and try to escape by the lake. And he was right.
Yeah. We caught up to her. Mary had a knife. She kept calling me Connor. It's her dead husband. She kept saying that she was coming to rescue me from Emily. She physically threatened Emily, and then she walked away, stopped, turned around, and said that she was coming for me. I yelled at Mac to shoot her, and he didn't. So I grabbed his gun and I shot her myself, this lunatic who tried to kill the woman I love. She said she was never going to stop coming, Rick. So I shot at her to protect Emily. And you know what? I'd do it again.
My niece is dead. I was afraid you were going to be here.
Yeah, I was just at the police station where they're holding Nicholas for the horrible crime of defending me from a knife-wielding maniac.
What, so you decided to confront Mary? It's not a good idea. She's not exactly up for a fight.
Yeah, I was hoping she died.
Be careful what you wish for. The doctors don't think she's going to make it. If she doesn't, that means Nicholas could be looking at a murder charge.
Lucky for you, Helena's deplorable plot to have you declared insane might work to your benefit.
How?
If Mary dies and you're charged with murder, I can plead diminished capacity.
Dude, you're not doing that. I'm not the crazy one here. Mary is.
It's a legal strategy, Nicholas.
She threatened to kill Emily. She had a knife. She already killed 2 people. I was in the right to shoot her. The only thing I'll allow you to plead is what happened, self-defense.
I understand that Mary Bishop murdered my niece.
Yes, it's,
Get a hold of yourself. First, my brother loses his life over the hands of a man. Get a hold of yourself. And now his daughter's going to meet the same fate.
It's all right. It's all right. It's all right. Different outcomes, though, Lansing. I promise you that. Alexis Davis got away with Louisa's murder. Mary Bishop is not going to do the same with his daughters. One way or the other. Every person responsible for her death is going to pay.
Look, I understand. You have suffered a terrible loss here, Mr. Alcazar. But swearing vengeance is not going to bring your niece back. Now, I will do whatever I can to make sure that justice prevails here. But I'm not going to lie to you. If Mary Bishop did indeed suffer some sort of psychotic break, then it can be proven that she did not know what she was doing, and therefore she will get...
Whoever locked her in that freezer knew what they're doing. Why don't you start by filing charges against them?
Calm down.
There's something else I need to tell you.
How he feels.
I wouldn't waste your sympathy because Alcazar won't return the favor.
What does that mean?
The way he thinks you're the motive for everything Mary did, he's likely to blame you for Sage's death.
How can anyone think that what Nicholas did was wrong? I mean, Mary had already murdered 2 people. Lucky, 2 kids. I mean, Sage died because Mary mistook her for me. And it easily could have been me, Lucky. There were plenty of times where I was alone and unprotected in that house. And if Mary had found me, I wouldn't be standing here right now. I mean, she'd already threatened, promised to kill me. And Nicholas shot her in self-defense.
Oh, no, he didn't. That was in defense of you.
What are you saying? That doesn't count?
No, that is for the court to decide, all right? You need to leave, and you need to stay away from Mary. Nothing good is going to come from you getting in her face, so just promise me, all right? You're just going to go home.
Sure, don't worry about it.
You're right to be cautious when it comes to Alcazar.
You're the reason that his niece is dead. Trust me, he's not your friend.
I need to speak to Nicholas. Alone.
I've been searching my heart, trying to find some sympathy for you. A little compassion. I imagine that you weren't always like this. It must have been Connor's loss that took your sanity. I try to tell myself that you aren't responsible for your actions and find excuses for poor, pathetic Mary. And then I realize that that's the exact mistake I've made all along. Giving you the benefit of the doubt, looking for the deeper motive. My pity for you gave you the time you needed to keep Nicholas isolated and dependent on you. Time for you to try to have his baby. Time enough for you to feel entitled to him. You are no one to feel sorry for, Mary Bishop. You are a loathsome, cunning, dangerous woman, and I hate you with every fiber of my being. More than anything, I wish that bullet had found its mark. You don't deserve to live.
Hey. Rid of Emily, so she could have a clear path to me, or more accurately, to Connor. That's what she called me. That's who she convinced herself I was.
And why did Mary kill Sage?
Mistaken identity. She thought Sage was Emily.
So my niece died in Emily's place.
You've caused nothing but misery for Nicholas and me. And now you've taken the lives of 2 innocent people because of your twisted obsession. The world would be a better place without you in it, Mary. So why don't you just do us all a favor and die? Just die.